Fiat Lux, let there be light. The Light Kingdom Party, the Royal Order of the Divine Light, Hermes de Cardusius, we want to talk today about the light. When we look at immigration, it is a global problem. It is not a US problem. And when we communicate a new world order, when we communicate global unification and global unity, we do so because these problems require international attention. We need to work as nations together to compensate in the countries that have the lacking of security, that have the lacking of stability, that have the lacking of political honorable conduct. We need to compensate for such nations, and we need to help such nations. In short, instead of condemning the individuals immigrating from Mexico, it shall be our duty, and is our duty, as global community, as the United States of America, a kingdom within the global kingdom, to go to Mexico and to work with the leaders on solutions that make living in Mexico a better experience, that provide for the individuals that live there the financial support, the security, and the happiness they need in order for them to remain in their country. We need to help them, and we can in the process establish new business relations with them. In truth, to lead a world, to lead a nation, to lead a kingdom within a kingdom, it is like leading a family. If we are hating each other, no resolutions that make sense will ever provide any sort of relief to any of us. If we work together, if we strengthen each other, when we compensate for the lacking of one through the strength another holds, then we have reached the ideal state of unity. And it is such unity that this world needs. President of the United States, let us be very clear about this. The drugs that are coming into the United States are not brought in by drug dealers that give a package of drugs to a few individuals in Mexico that might get caught in the process and the drugs are lost. The drugs are coming in by private jets, aeroplanes, rich people. The drugs are brought into cartels that have in pretty much the financial foundation and distribution network here in the United States. The United States is the biggest consumer of drugs in the world. And in order for us to realize true change, we have to get people off drugs. America, if you do not consume drugs, the drug dealers make no money. That's the first thing that needs to be said. The second thing that needs to be said is that the political environment, this corrupted political atmosphere we currently have, and of which also other individuals, and in particular the media, very courageously has reported. This environment provides the perfect ground and foundation for these drug lords to reside in their Miami mansions, to reside in their San Diego mansions, to reside in their New York palaces on Fifth Avenue and other places around the United States. The real drug lords are here in the United States of America. And the reason why they're not prosecuted is because their money has pretty much drenched our country with corruption. Money laundering is the biggest disease that we currently have. It's not even the drugs. And honorable brothers and sisters, you need a political environment that is worth living for. You need relief Life is overbearing at times. To deal with all of this, what we daily witness, is not an easy thing to do. To maintain the costs, to maintain the standard of living for your family is not an easy thing to do. Many of you lack any sort of light that reveals any sort of dimension the future may provide. It is therefore up to the leadership to change that. And we need to empower you, the people. We cannot just lock up, shoot, and put on electric chairs people. We need to go to the core of the problem. And the core problem is we need to end corruption. And the way we can do that is when we eliminate cash altogether, which is also, from the Light Kingdom Party and the Royal Order of the Divine Light, a major policy in our charter. Once when money laundering and cash is gone, and everything is clear out in the open, where the money came from, how it has been used, and how much money is existent. When we have that information in a global money passport, then we have eliminated not only the mob, not only money laundering, but also terrorism. The question is, do we want to eliminate it? And when we're looking at the Republicans now meeting without not without a single Democrat, Kislyak, who was involved in the meddling of Russia, which very clearly the NSA, the CIA, and FBI confirmed, Honorable President. What Mr. Putin says has no significance, because Mr. Putin, we know that he supported your election, financed it, and will do anything and everything in his power to have a friendly ally next to him that helps him to make his policies here in the United States known and legally authorized. Therefore, we need to just focus on the circumstances we face here, that we have Republicans now meeting with the Russians, completely ignoring the material fact that meddling took place, and that in truth, and we are not alone in this position, we have an illegitimate president, a man that is in truth not a president. As a boxer who has metal in his gloves and knocks out his opponent, not really won the championship title. When we observe with lux, with light, in full objectivity, this presidency, then all we can say is that the conduct that organized crime uses in order to strengthen their power is used now by political leadership in order to empower themselves to the cost of others. We're witnessing today in the United States a degree of corruption that is unacceptable. And we, the people, need to stand against it. You need to remove yourself from the Republican Party and from the Democratic Party. And you need to say, Light Kingdom Party, and you need to put your contributions away from any of those political organizations and build with us our very own organization that is on a global scale, a light that we all need. We are the change we require. It is our responsibility on behalf of our children to do whatever we can to make this world a better place. We have to do this without fear, with dedication, commitment, and love.